Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining the Kindaris Pictures podcast. I'm your host, Adrienne Warren, and I want to thank y'all for being here, for riding with me for the last few months. We are on the 8th episode of the podcast. All right, Twitch viewers and YouTubers, y'all get to see the exclusive stuff. So when I edit this, y'all aren't people who listen to the podcast aren't going to hear any of this. But I forgot to turn my thing on. Let me see. So this is going to be on YouTube, but all of this is going to be edited out of what you guys. So it's like a live radio show, and you know what? While I'm here, I know they're like, "Oh God, here are we not prepared?" I'm going to pull this up. I'm trying to look at my script on my phone and it's not going to work. It'll be much better. So I think I'll be better with looking into the camera and at my screen at the same time. So let's do this over again. And let's hit record. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Kindaris Pictures podcast, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, all those other places. I'm your host, Adrienne Warren, and this is the 8th episode of the Kindaris Pictures podcast. Thank y'all so much for riding me these last few months. So before I dive in, I want to make a couple of announcements. First, don't forget that the 10th episode will be the last episode of season 1. If you're interested in learning more about Kindaris Pictures, the podcast, just visit www.kindarispictures, Kindaris, pictures.com. You'll find information about the podcast, the film company, everything you need to know. And second announcement, so Twitch and YouTube viewers, you guys are getting a special treat today. Listeners on Anchor and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, you guys are missing out. If you are not subscribed on YouTube or Twitch, you are missing out. So look what came in today. I was actually surprised by how fast it was printed and how fast it came out. So this is, I don't know, let me see how it looks in my camera. Okay. So this is a mug, Kindaris Pictures mug. So I am selling merchandise on Spreadshirt. So you will go to shop.spreadshirt.com/Kindaris Pictures. So if you ever want to make any type of donation or contribution to Kindaris Pictures, the podcast, you could do so by again going to the website. You can either make a monetary donation or you can buy some merchandise. So I have mugs. This is the white mug. Then there's the full color mug. There's one in red, blue, and black. I wouldn't recommend getting the black because you can't see the logo on there. And then there's like a mason jar. I'm sorry. I know my podcast listeners are gonna be like, "What?" So I got a wig on, y'all. if you're listening to it, so the viewers can see it, but y'all can't see it if you're listening, and it's like hitting against my headpiece. Matter of fact, let me lift it up a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I got mugs. I have buttons and mason jar glassware. You know, the mason jar with the handle on it and the straw inside of it. So I have those on the website or the merchandise website. So if you ever want to make a contribution to this podcast, to the film company, then you can do so by purchasing something or just making a simple monetary donation. So before we jump into this episode, which is going to be very brief, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Okay, so viewers, I am going to share this on Twitter. So this is when I edit it. This is going to be where I put the ad in, a simple ad, just promoting Anchor. See, I want to share this. So in this break, if you're watching on Twitch, or if you watch this on YouTube later, just use this time to let me know like what's been going on with you. How's your day been going? How's your month been going? Are you ready for September? Are you ready for the holidays? What else? Are you? It was something else that I wanted to ask you guys. Oh, like, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your favorite movie and what type of things you would like to learn from the podcast and future episodes and things like that. So let me go ahead and share the stream. So this is the behind the scenes stuff that you guys get to see if you are watching as opposed to listening. So I'm sharing it on Twitch. I'm typing we're live. Come join us. Then I'm putting in Twitch. I'm gonna hop this one on twitch.tv/Kindaris Pictures. Thankfully, it comes up automatically for me. I'm gonna share it on the Twitter, then retweet it onto my personal page. Share it on Facebook. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comments. Let me know like what's your favorite movie and your favorite, any type of movie, but more so Black cinema, things like that. Favorite actors, favorite actresses, people that you want to know more about, or people that you want to know about in general, and things like that. Okay, let me go to this really quick. Now I'm sharing it on Facebook. We're live, twitch.tv/Kindaris Pictures. God, this wig is like really. Hey Eric, yeah, I'm on a commercial break right now, so when I edit it, I'm just gonna slide a commercial in. But I'm like sharing the podcast, and I'm trying to figure. Lord, this wig is gonna drive me crazy. So this wig and this eye makeup, the episode is gonna be brief, but you are going to understand why I have on this wig and why I made an attempt to do this eyeliner. So I'm sharing it on Facebook, and now I'm going to share it on Instagram. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of hyped to do this. Now I'm just like looking like, ooh, I need to figure out like a new setup because I'm downstairs in the den. I'm thinking of moving everything up to my bedroom so I can have a little backdrop. All right, it's shared everywhere. So now I'm going to come back from the commercial break. And so I won't be paying much attention to the chat, but if you come in, hold on, let me type something. All right, so I'm about to head on back to my script. Okay, and we're back, everyone. So in this episode, I'm pushing the timeline up a little bit. So this show, I've kind of stuck to like people, movies, places, events that took place mostly in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. But today, what I want to do is push us a little bit further into the second half of the 20th century, more so the 1960s. So I am going to be sharing a little known movie casting facts. So let's set the scene. So the year is 1961. The twist, Chubby Checker song. It was originally written by somebody else and recorded by somebody else. I can't Hank somebody. I know there's somebody famous, but I'm just like, the Chubby Checker version is the one I know. So this is when all of that is going on. Everybody has like a million different versions of the twist. You got the twist on Monday, and me and my mama doing the twist, all types of stuff like that. So the song and the dance craze, as they call it, is so popular that there was even a New York nightclub dedicated to this dance. So this nightclub was called the Peppermint Lounge. So the pop group Joey D and the Starlighters, they were the house band at the Peppermint Lounge, and then they had three teenage girls, Veronica, her big sister Estelle, and their little cousin Nedra. They were the in-house dancers. They actually weren't supposed to be the dancers. They were all underage, but they showed up to the club with a cigarette in their mouth or cigarettes in their mouths and their hair done and makeup on. And the club owner mistook them for the dancers that were supposed to be there. And when he told them, he was like, "Oh, you guys are late or whatever." And Estelle was ready to be like, "No, we're not the dancers." And of course, Veronica Leo, she was just like, no, sis, stop it. We're coming in. So they went in. High school girls became the in-house dancers at the Peppermint Lounge. So at the time, they were known as Ronnie and the Relatives, but shortly after, as dancers and as recording artists, they became known as the Ronettes. So if you're watching me on YouTube, you see I have this big smile on my face because the Ronettes are like my favorite. I usually say one of my favorite music groups of all time, but I think they're probably my favorite because of what they did for music and for the girl group, especially in the 1960s. But we're not going to talk about that. We are talking about movies. So Joey D, he was so like enamored with the Ronettes that when he and the Starlighters, when they had an opportunity to star in a film, it was a semi-autobiographical film about themselves. He wanted them to play their girlfriends. So before I even go any further, y'all already know where this is about to go. So Ronnie Spector, then known as Veronica Bennett, she talked about this in her autobiography. So her autobiography is called Be My Baby, How I Survived Mascara, Miniskirts, and Madness. So she didn't mention the name of the movie, but Joey D and the Starlighters, they were only in 2 movies. So if you look at the timeline of when she's talking about this event, it's more than likely their first movie that they were supposed to be in. And that's called Hey Let's Twist. And it's actually on YouTube. It was a B movie. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's been restored or preserved in any kind of way. So here's the funny thing. So in her autobiography, Ronnie Spector, she said the casting director, he came and saw them and he looked at them. This is what threw me off when I read this and when I went back to read it. He did not cast them because they were black. He didn't cast them because they were too light to look black and too dark to look white. And that was going to confuse the audience. Now, what audience he was talking about, I don't know because, and I think this was definitely a thing when the Ronettes came out. Like, people didn't know whether they were black or white or Latina or whatever. And I look at pictures of them, I'm just like, okay, they're definitely black. Like, I mean, obviously mixed, but there's no confusion for me, but that's just me, But I know back in the day, like even in her autobiography, she talks about there was some confusion. But, I'm just like, but that was very strange to me that the casting director, he was just like, no, presumably, it's not because y'all are black, but it's because we can't figure out what you are and we don't want to confuse the audience. And I'm just like, okay, I guess. So, of course, they're like what? I don't even think any of them were even 20 years old yet, barely even 19 yet. So, of course, this was just like sad for them. And she did mention that they were actually extras in the movies, but of course, white women played the girlfriend. So, if you happen to see Hey, Let's Twist, the movie, you now know that the women who are playing their girlfriends or the characters that were supposed to be their girlfriends, Joey D really wanted the Ronettes to play their girlfriends. But 1961, that wasn't about to happen. So that's the episode. It's very brief, this episode. I was just so excited to share that information with you all. I hope Ronnie Spector sees this one day and sees how much I'm all giddy over her, or hears this and hears how much I love her and just can hear the smile in my voice. But Ronettes, they were never in a movie. You would think so in the 1960s. That's when everybody was doing musicals. All the pop groups had, if they weren't in their own movies, they were making appearances in movies. Even James Brown was in a Beach movie, and he was like 40 years old in one of the Beach movies. But that didn't happen for them. But I mean, 2 years after that, they recorded and released one of, to me, it's the greatest song in pop music history. Like, even if you aren't familiar with the Ronettes as like women, as artists in the industry, when you hear Be My Baby about to come on, like when you hear that drum beat in the beginning, you know what's about to come on. And to me, that song is just quintessential pop music, no matter what decade. The sound of the 60s, absolutely, but to me, changed everything. So I'm not going to gush over the Ronettes for the rest of this episode. That's it. That is the episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This episode will be available on podcast platforms on Sunday. They always go up Sunday at 11 a.m. I post it on Anchor, and then it goes to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and a few other places, pretty much anywhere that you will listen to podcasts. And we're going to record the 9th episode on Twitch Wednesday, September 11th, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is going to be the time, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see y'all there, and I hope to catch y'all then. So listeners, viewers, thank you. See y'all next time. Okay, so I'm not going to turn it off yet, but I do want to read. You should let them know too. Right. I'm just like, when people see that, like, Ronettes, Freddie Washington, people used to think Freddie Washington was white and somebody else, and I'm just like, the only people that's about to be confused is, you know. Because there ain't no way in the world you look at the Ronettes and think, like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten some practice in from doing the podcast. I'm ready to take this wig off. But yeah, I like doing this. It's fun. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm going to be sharing this. I'm going to download it. I'm going to put it on YouTube. The only reason I'm even putting it on YouTube is because somebody was just like, you still going to do it on YouTube too, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I guess. Well, I was just like, I plan on, and he's going to see this too when he watches it. Because, like, I mean, the thing was, I was planning on putting it on YouTube, but I was just like, I don't know. If I do it on Twitch, I might just set it up to save it on there. But yeah, I'm going to put it on YouTube. You know who you are. But LSD. Yeah, it's like this. I love talking about stuff like this. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about in episode 9, but I already know what episode 10 is going to be about, and I've been wanting to talk about that topic that I'm going to talk about in episode 10 since for like about a year now, well over a year now, and do I want to say what it's going to be? It's going to be related to Black Panther, pretty much. So I'm kind of going outside the timeline, but at the same time, I'm kind of weaving it into what this platform is about, what this podcast is about. And yeah, and I mean, it's about film. It's something I love, so yeah. Um, yeah, I couldn't do the lives on YouTube because I didn't have enough subscribers. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, since when? Because I know I can go live on the 2 other channels I have. And I don't even have, what is it? I got to have like 1,000 subscribers to do it. And I don't even have 1,000 subscribers on either one of those other channels. So I guess there's something new that they put in place. But let me take a sip from my mug. All I got is water up in here. But yeah. I think you might have missed this, but I got mugs. Oop. So Brandon, Brandon, he did the logo for me and everything. And neither him or Kayla are trying to send me that Cash App, but I'm gonna track them somehow and get them. Cause like now that I said, cause I got merchandise, so it's all drinkware and buttons. I don't have any shirts, anything like that. But I make commissions off of the sales, so I'm just like, yeah. So I didn't make this logo, and the person that did make it is acting like they're, I don't know, it's fine, just consider it a favor. And I'm just like, no, like, I think that's the Capricorn in me, just like, a favor, gross. but but yeah, buttons. Matter of fact, let me put it in. Shoot, let me make sure I'm even putting it in right. Look, I gotta make sure I charge my own. Thank you. I'm happy you liked it too. I feel so comfortable. Like I'm looking at this now and I'm like, okay, so now I need a new laptop with a better webcam. I need not wear no more wigs because, bruh, I had so much trouble with this wig. Cause first of all, now it's sitting because I sprayed it. And it's hot. And then I got on a sweater because I'm just like, ooh, I can wear a sweater like it's the 60s, but then it's hot. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like, I want my own setup and everything. And my plan is, I would have came with a yeah, thank you. But the goal is every week when I do record whatever I'm talking about, whatever event or whatever person, like whatever decade it might be set in, that's how I want to look when I'm actually recording it. Like, and you know, like how radio used to be recorded back in the day. You know, oh, I can turn this off. I'm just going. Yeah, I'm making myself even more hot for no reason. Oh Lord. Okay, let me see how this looks. Ooh, disheveled. But yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been I tried to do when I used to have a YouTube channel for movie reviews, for old classic movie reviews. I was trying to do that, but that was kind of hard to keep up with the clothes and stuff. Well, not with the clothes and everything, but yeah, music. See, that's the thing. I want music too. On my glasses, cause I need to see too. Cause I want music, and then I gotta find music that actually sounds good, but then it's like not copywritten. I might have to get somebody to write something for me or make something for me. And oh, and I can. Well, no, I don't need to mute this. I can just not listen to it. But yeah. I got a little glare. But yeah, yeah, looking the part. I did a little setup. I need to watch some makeup tutorials because see, my makeup looks good, like in the camera because you're not close to it, but up close is like bad. Like let me stop downing myself. Let me stop because that's what I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to do like right. Yeah, let me stop. But yeah, if wigs, like I'm ready to have like a closet full of wigs and everything. Or just one, all I need is one good wig, one good human wig that I can just style any type of way and I'll be good. And so I'm thinking for the second season, I know I want to start that very soon. I want to start it before the holidays because I want to review like um I want to review holiday movies or talk about events related to the holidays, but there aren't any classic Hollywood movies with black cast, black people. Miracle on 34th Street got that one black person, Teresa Harris. Like I'm trying, like I can't think of any holiday movies, but I mean, it doesn't have to be holiday for me to, you know, talk, do the show or whatever. But that's definitely when I want to come back and start season 2. Cause I was thinking about like, let me make this a summer show, but I was like, no, I want to do this. Like I enjoy doing this, so let me bring it back. I'm really leaning towards November. So the I started the company November 14th, 2017. So I'm thinking of definitely bringing it back around that time. I want to do something special, do some type of giveaway or anniversary giveaway or something like that. So I know I want to bring it back around that time. Yeah, celebrating. I already know Teresa Harris's birthday is December 31st, or was. Dorothy Dandridge's birthday, November 9th. Yeah, November, December birthdays. I could do that. Yeah, I could talk about actors. I could talk about certain events because I could talk about Gone with the Wind because that came out in December, I think. And then this year will be the 80th anniversary of that. So, and I've been wanting to talk about that movie for like for a few years too. Um, and what else? Mm, yeah, it doesn't even have to be actors or movie reviews, just events. And then in the second or the third episode, I talked about um the Dunbar Hotel. So it could be a place that I could talk about, events, things like. And then the very first episode talked about an earthquake, but then I kind of interweaved the death of Mildred Washington, an up and coming actress back then who died after the earthquake. Oh yeah, that'll definitely. Ooh, And you know, look, you talking about I could talk about Eartha for Christmas, but what? Because that alone has subgroups that I could talk about. Like I could talk about Eartha Kitt that went off on Lady Bird Johnson. I could talk about Eartha Kitt, the actress. Eartha Kitt, the just Eartha just herself. Eartha Kitt, the Capricorn. Like it's so much I can dig into with that. And like an entire Eartha Kitt episode, that will be lit. And so she passed in 2008, I think. I could also talk about like how she impacted me as well, because she's another one of my, like, not even just a favorite actress, just one of my favorite people in general. One of those people that I would have loved to have met, like, before she passed away and had a conversation with. And yeah, that sounds good. I'll make sure I will credit you for that. I might just go ahead and write that down, like Eartha Kitt episode. Yes, someone who is authentically themselves, like that. Just thinking about it, like that was somebody that was. I don't like calling people fearless because I feel like everybody has fears, but courageous, I guess is the word I'm looking for. That is somebody that I feel like everybody should aspire to be in some form, some capacity, or the kid. And I just had another thought that popped up too. Um, Eartha Kitt. Oh, I wanted to talk about. I had her first autobiography. Well, I borrowed it from the library back when I was at ODU, and I'm so like every day I'm beating myself up because I did not lose that book, because it was her first book. It came out in like 1950 something, and it was like an original copy, and whoever had it, they gave it to somebody and they wrote their name in it, and like they were a doctor, I think, and I think they wrote their address and phone number. I can't remember everything, but it was like I didn't finish. I was close to the end, but me being, the goody two shoes, I was like, oh, I can't renew this anymore. I have to go take it back. And then I took it back. I was like, what I needed to do, I need to drive to Norfolk, go to ODU and be like, do y'all still have this book? If so, I want it. Because I know ain't nobody else checking it out. Because I think when I checked it out, when I looked at because it was so old, it still had the slip inside of it where it showed like who was the last person that had it and everything. And I think nobody had checked it out for like 10 years. And right, I should. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find my old password. I'm gonna go into the library database and see if it's still in there. Cause then when I would go on Amazon, eBay, you cannot. It's hard to find. The few copies that were available, people were selling them for like $100 something dollars. Even her second book, I think her second autobiography was written in like the 70s, and I think that was like $100 something dollars. And I'm just like, okay. So that's when I really knew. Oh, I definitely gave away, or not gave away, but returned something that I should have kept. I should have stolen. Low key, high key. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I can talk. That's the thing. It's like sometimes I feel like I don't want to talk about the same type of topics. That's another reason why I did this episode, because it's different from the last ones I've done, where I'm moving. I've completely skipped over the 50s. I haven't even done anything related to the 1950s yet. But you know what? Let me see. I need to come back in October because October will mark the 65th anniversary of Carmen Jones's release. And I've been wanting to talk about that too. Retrofuturism. Let me Google that. That sounds like something I would be into. Retrofuturism. I feel like I know what that is, but I still want to look it up. Yes. This is it. This looks a lot like Art Deco too. Yeah, it's like a mix of Art Deco and space age art. Oh my god, this is it. I like this. Retrofuturism. Let me write this down. Why have I not heard of that? Like heard of the term. Yeah, this is something that I would I would decorate my house with. Like it's been a cartoon I've been watching a lot lately. I haven't watched the Jetsons in a while too. I was thinking about watching the Flintstones. And it's because I started playing fall again. That's all I know. um it's so weird. I eat Fruity Pebbles all the time. But I think because I am so used to eating Fruity Pebbles, I forget that it's the Flintstones is cereal. And I saw an old commercial for it with the Flintstones there. And I was like, I be forgetting that it's that Fruity Pebbles is like the Pebbles cereal. So that made me want to go back and watch the Flintstones and the Jetsons too. And I got so many memories with those shows because those are the shows when people post like the shows they used to watch when they got sick at their grandma's house. I was watching. I wasn't watching The Price is Right. I mean, I watched The Price is Right when I was home during the summer, but when I would be home from school and sick at my grandma's house, I watched the Flintstones, the Jetsons, I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, Gilligan's Island, and something else. And and what's so funny is when I was a kid, I just knew those were like current shows. Like I didn't when I got older and I was just like, oh my god, these shows came out in the 60s, like 5,000 years ago or whatever. So those are my shows. My mom loves the Jetsons. I think she likes the Jetsons more than the Flintstones, but because those are shows that came out when she was a kid. Now that I'm older and I watch Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie, I'm just like, I don't like these shows. Like I can't stand. I be talking about Darren from Bewitched on Twitter all the time. Like I cannot stand his ass. But yeah, that's what I need to do. I know they used to have episodes on YouTube all the time, and it was another show. Sometimes I try to watch Looney Tunes on YouTube, but it was another show that used to come on Boomerang. I think it was out in the 60s and 70s. It was the lady that used to drive Penelope something. Let me look it up. Penelope. Okay, let me put in. Oh, did I see Penelope Pit Stop? Penelope. I think, yep, Penelope Pit Stop. I remember I only watched. Yes, The Adventures of Penelope Pit Stop. When that came on Boomerang. Yeah, okay. So I hadn't even heard of Wacky Races, and I remember that came on. Well, I saw like one episode of that, and then after that, I didn't see it anymore. I would catch it at the wrong time, but I know that the first episode I watched, I really loved it. But for some reason, like I don't know if we just lost Boomerang, and it was in my grandma's house. Cause it's funny, my grandma had cable, but my mama didn't. Basically, Wacky Races. And I started watching Speed Buggy because my mama used to talk about Speed Buggy all the time. Okay, you know what? I have seen this. I just never knew what the name of it was. Oh yeah, because I recognize this man with this hat on. This purple and red hat. Yeah, I've definitely seen this, but never knew the name of it. And if anything, that's probably actually what I watched. And she was on it. But no, I wouldn't have remembered the name. But yeah, my mom used to talk about Speed Buggy all the time, and then finally it came on Boomerang, and I tried to catch it. And I don't think I ever caught it. Yeah, I miss. That's one thing I miss about having cable. I miss the cartoons, but I know now Cartoon Network is Adult Swim, so it's not even. They don't even show the old cartoons no more. And then you gotta have like a special package to even watch Boomerang, don't you? If Boomerang is even still around. But I know when I was in college, I think some old cartoons used to come on like early in the morning, if I'm even remember that right. And then on top of that, old cartoons was just mainly Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes. And Tom and Jerry was my show too, which is, and of course Scooby Doo. But Tom and Jerry, nobody had no business watching that. Boomerang's still around, but they've kind of shifted to modern cartoon. Oh, okay. That's what I need. The app, Boomerang app. Yeah, I would love to have that. I would love to have that. I would love to have, because I think Turner Classic Movies has an app. That's definitely what I miss about having cable. And I'm so mad. I'm still mad about Filmstruck. Because when I subscribed to that daggone streaming service, I had it for like a month before I was like, we're going out of business. Like, what? Okay, yeah, TCM app. Like, as soon as I, like, get my money right, I'm getting the Boomerang app, Turner Classic Movies app. Which in a way, low key, it sounds like I should just go ahead and get cable. But, oh Lord, I meant to change this episode title. I guess it's too late now. Season 1, episode 8. Ah, hey! Thank you! I know, now that I'm looking at it, it looks good from a distance. I just gotta stop staring at it because I was staring at it for like 30 minutes, like, oh, this is so ugly. My high school teacher used to teach us with using clips from classic movies. So this is Eric. This is my co-worker. I ain't gonna say her name if she don't want me to. But my former co-worker. But used to teach us what. Yeah, I think we kind of had that experience too, learning stuff with clips from classic, not movies but cartoons. I don't think we ever watched any classic movies. If we did, I take it back because I went to black schools. So classic movies for us, we watched A Raisin in the Sun, The Wiz, of course. And as far as old movies, I'm surprised we didn't watch The Green Pastures, and I'm glad we didn't. Not at all. In hindsight, because like I feel like that would have been one of those movies that they showed like 1,000 times. We was watching Tyler Perry movies when I was in school. By the time I got to middle of high school, they had us up in there watching Madea everything. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, why was we watching that? but but yeah, now I'm feeling old and getting nostalgic. Let me get one more sip in. I use for binge and using clips to talk about topics because she shows I love Lucy and oh, see, I would have loved that, and I love Lucy too. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, as far as English, like learning English and grammar and parts of speech and all that, they just showed us. I remember my fourth grade teacher, Miss Fox. She showed us Schoolhouse Rock. So I guess when she got tired of us and tired of talking to us, we would watch she for history, for English and all that. We watch Schoolhouse Rock. That's how I know the preamble to the Constitution. I gotta sing it so I can do it because it was on there. And Reading Rainbow. I think we learn more about history with Reading Rainbow. And I'm trying to stop doing this because I keep seeing myself do it. Schoolhouse Rock, Reading Rainbow for history, and it's something else. It's something else that was like very like that you wouldn't think that we would watch it in school to learn that stuff. But I'll figure it out later. I'll probably be like ready to get into bed at like 10 o'clock and be like, oh, that was it. But yeah. Trying to think. So what you been doing? So when are you doing the next episode of Binge? You just gonna wait till Sunday? Cause I feel like I missed last week. Cause like I was waiting for this week, and I was just like, did I see last week? Cause I think I was so out of it Sunday. I don't know what was going on, but I need to. I said, oh okay, yeah, I did see you tweet about that. Yeah, it's raining. Well, it was raining a few minutes ago. It wasn't loud though. Oh Lord. But okay, yeah. Cause it rained here, but it wasn't bad. I think that's why cause usually when it rain, I just kind of chill, and that's probably why. So, yeah, yeah. Sunday is perfect, I think. So I need to watch episode. So have you done episode 3? Cause I keep feeling like I missed that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think Sunday is definitely good. And then around the time you do it is good too. And then I think I might talk about TV shows on here too, because I want to talk about Amos and Andy and Beulah. Okay, why do I feel like I missed the I missed the episode? Yeah, Amos and Andy, Beulah radio shows. Um, cause the thing is, I don't know how people would take me talking about Amos and Andy. Because when I've watched Amos and Andy, I've liked it. But I wrote about it in my thesis though, like, because I think Amos and Andy has become one of those shows where it's like the middle class black people didn't like it, so history has written it where black people in general or all black people didn't like it. You know what was happened with, I don't like Tyler Perry movies like that, but I know there is a group. Uh, now I'm stepping into some interesting territory because I'm making it. Because now I'm about to imply that only poor people like Tyler Perry movies, and that's not the case. But let's put it this way: the prominent people have decided that Tyler Perry movies are stereotypical, which they are to me, and negative, but you've got a whole group of people that are already being ignored, whose opinion is also being ignored. Like he's catering to people who are being ignored, but then it's like we are looking at his movies and the general mainstream population is saying, oh, this is bad. And 20, 30, 40 years from now, you're going to read history books, textbooks with them saying, black people hated Tyler Perry movies. And, that's how what happened with Amos and Andy, I think. Because I watched a documentary where some people who were alive when it came out, you could kind of tell the difference too, where some people who were older and kind of, were taught. See, I'm trying not to step into respectability politics, but you know what I mean. Like, they were just like, no, I didn't. No. In that documentary, most of the people said that they loved it. You even have, it was one guy that looked like, so this documentary came out in the 80s. So one guy looked like he was like in his late 20s, early 30s, and he said, yeah, I like it. I've watched it and it's funny to me. My parents didn't like it though. So, yeah. I think you just, yeah. We'll do. Right. Yeah, and the thing, when I was younger, when we used to like had all the plays, watched every single movie. I liked it. It was funny to me. But then I think when I got older and started seeing like and got older and got a better understanding. Okay, so again, it's so hard to talk about this without being classist. But I think with me learning more about history, especially the history of Black women and and queer people and how we have been portrayed and how we are treated in real life. So stepping out of the space that I was growing up and stepping into going to college and being in touch with different people and learning different things. I'm just like, okay, this I don't think this is good. I don't think this is something that we need to see, or I don't think this is something positive, but at the same time I have seen people looking at these movies with tears in their eyes, feeling like, okay, somebody finally sees me and I finally, somebody understands me. Somebody understands me. But so that's why I usually keep my criticism to myself, or keep it on some paper and pen, to the pen and paper. See more will understand more about who you are, but also about the relationship of how Black. Yeah, yeah, and because then it became more of because you know how, okay, so Black women have a history of being portrayed as promiscuous in media and so on and so forth. So Tyler Perry movies come around and you kind of see this, but then the women are forgiven, and that's something that we don't see. But then on the flip side, it's like they're forgiven and they're born again, but they gotta be beat up and gotta get left and all this for it to even happen, and they can't do it without the help of a man with a cornrow wig and all this. It's so many different layers. Some is like I said, it's like on one hand I can see how somebody who's been through certain things can watch and be like, oh my God, this is my life, this is me. But on the same, I'm just like, okay, but does she have to get HIV to, not that there's anything wrong with being positive, but it's like that became a scarlet letter. And what's that movie, The Marriage Counselor? Because it's like, not only did she get, no, she didn't have it, she had AIDS. So it's not, so it's like then you're associating. It was, that movie was a mess. That movie was a mess. but but it's like, yeah, a stigma. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, it became a stigma. Like, no, it doesn't have to be that. And why are you punishing this woman for, like, why is she being punished for making a human mistake? Like, it's like consequences I get, but because then not only did she have the disease, but then she started dressing like Rosa Parks out of nowhere and looking like Rosa Parks, and was lonely. Like nobody wanted her after that. Her husband got remarried, and then she's just walking off into the distance. Like, bruh, when I was, matter of fact, me and Kayla went to go see that movie, and I was in the theater like, why is she dressed like this? Like, she had the glasses on her hair in a bun, and she had on the suit. And I'm just like, why she gotta dress like this? Just because, and then she wasn't even that older. This is the thing that also pissed me off. She aged like 30 years. Lance Gross aged like 30 years, and then Brandy looked the same age. Like her hair was still the same. Everything. I was like, did they forget to put Brandy's makeup on and put the gray powder in her hair? Yeah. I think that's when I was done. I sure would hate for Tyler Perry to watch this 5 years from now. I would hate for him to have a job for me and be like, somebody showed me this, but I'm gonna just have to tell him no anyway. Unless he be like, I want you to help me write something. You want me to help you write something, or you want me to write the whole thing for you? Because I'll write the whole thing. Because you need help with that. Let me shut up. Because then I'm going to post it somewhere, and somebody who loves Tyler Perry is going to be like, oh, I ain't watching this no more. Now, he would have to see that you appreciate what he has become. But, yeah. Hopefully he will see this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's how I feel. Like, because it's, yeah. And then on the flip side, I will say this. When Tyler Perry came out, like with the movies specifically, I feel like that became, I mean, because we already had Spike Lee and John Singleton and Cassie Lemon, even though she does movies sporadically. We already had like the black directors that came out, but I'm almost certain that when Tyler Perry came out, that's when we start seeing different filmmakers coming in, black filmmakers. Like I feel like that was the beginning of that happening. Cause then on one hand, you had some people coming out of film school because they wanted to write something contrary to what Tyler Perry was doing. Especially women. We still don't have enough men or women, but I do think that was the beginning of like a new of a change, and especially with television. If anything, I think Tyler Perry had a bigger impact on television than he did with movies because when, yeah, more people come to the forefront when, what's the movie? What's the show? Because we already had like the scandals and um, Scandal really, I think Scandal really marked the beginning of something, but with, yeah, the have and the have-nots, I think when that came out, when Tyler Perry started putting that stuff on, then we got Greenleaf, Queen Sugar, and then we started getting these shows where we got to see the dark side of blackness, the things that we usually try to hide about ourselves. But I think you had these new people come in with the green leaves and um, the Queen Sugars, and I'm trying to think of some more shows, but I can't think off the top of my head. You had these shows where, okay, let's talk about the stuff that we try to hide, the stuff we try to sweep under the rug, but we're gonna portray it in a different way. My blackness start to be looked at as desirable and normal in a mostly white lens. Okay. Yeah, that was. I really hope that doesn't become something that becomes forgotten. Cause I don't care what nobody. Because I know even when Scandal first came out, like when people would talk about it being the first network drama to star a black actress, and people were like, no, it's not. It's Hawthorne. It's like, no, Hawthorne was on cable. We're talking network. We are talking a channel that everybody has. And a show that's coming on in the middle of the week at 9, 10 o'clock. Yes, I did see that. I am here for Viola Davis playing anything and anybody. However, I don't want Viola Davis to become the only black person that people want to cast and stuff. Because that sounds so terrible. Yeah. That's what I mean. I meant what I said. I don't want, cause now we got Viola Davis. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy to call Viola Davis up. And Viola Davis ain't gonna be like, no, I ain't playing it. But because even when people were talking about casting a Harriet Tubman movie, and people were like Viola Davis, and I'm like, no, it's other people that can do this. With who we got now, I wish it was Viola Davis, but Viola Davis is playing in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and off top, I can think of Monique could have played Ma Rainey because she played Ma Rainey in Bessie. Coco Brown from what's the show with Marcus and not Marcus. Marcus and Angela. Yeah, that's what I meant. Tasha Smith and Michael J. White. Or Jai, whatever his middle name is. Coco Brown. I think she could have played Mom Rainey in this movie. Because here's what okay, perfect comparison. I don't want Viola Davis to become what Chadwick Boseman is also becoming. Cause Chadwick Boseman playing Thurgood Marshall. See, I didn't mind it at first because it's just like y'all love casting light skinned people as dark skinned people. So to me, Chadwick Boseman playing Thurgood Marshall, to me that was like, you know. But and then you had people just like, oh, like I think it was his family. They were just like, yeah, when we saw him, we were just like, yeah, this is who we want to play our father. I'm just like, do you really? Really? That's who you want? You know I love Chadwick Boseman. But yeah. Yeah, I don't want them doing that thing where it's like, cause then for a while that's what it was like with Denzel. Like, let's get cause then it becomes a thing where it's like we finally making progress, but now we are starting to get these actors who have come into prominence, and now they are about to become the only black people that these producers call, and that's not what we want. I was talking to one of my coworkers about it. Yes, everything. Oh yeah, cause I remember when the Birth of a Nation, when that promo dropped, when them trailers and them pictures dropped, I was ready. I was ready and here for it. And of course, when all that happened, I was just like, cause then not only did what happened with him like mess up the momentum for the movie, but then we found out about the movie, the plot and everything, and found out that he was making up stuff, like writing stuff in there that didn't happen. And it's like, bruh, like, so not only are you a, word that rhymes with racist, but you're making up stuff. You're embellishing facts in movies, and not even embellishing. You just making up stuff. Ugh. Anyway, oh yeah, cause that I definitely that movie that I think that was supposed to be her movie. That was supposed to be like the movie that if it didn't skyrocket her, that put her in everybody's radar. Okay, we need to cast her in this, so we need to cast her in that. That really messed her. Oh, I thought about that too when all that was going. Like, dang, this really messed up her. Not messed it up. We're not gonna say messed it up, but slowed down things for her. And then like even the other women like Gabrielle Union, like they couldn't. Gabrielle Union definitely spoke up, but it's just like it was so unfortunate for everybody on it. Everybody except Nate Parker for everybody in that movie, cause that movie could have even I mean, cause even the Green Book took liberties, ex super liberties with everything, but we see what it did at the Oscars and the Golden Globes and everything. And I feel like if he won't who he was, then the Birth of the Nation probably would have done the same thing. You know what I'm gonna do with this mug? Because I'm used to drinking with my right hand. I think I'm gonna switch the logo onto this because I'm looking at this because I'm watching myself or peeking at myself drinking from it, and I'm just like, I don't drink with my left hand. Yeah. And oof, Mahershala. Oh. See, I felt bad for Mahershala at first because before the news broke out that he talked to the family. Cause I'm like, okay, you talk to the family. Pretty much, he kind of threw the family under the bus after a while. Just like you said, yeah, I got my Oscar, so I'm good. But I felt bad for him at first because it was like it seemed like he was at first. It seemed like he didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes. Like he just took this job, he talked to the family, and it was just like, okay, let me figure out how to do this. But then after a while, when it seemed like he was like blatantly like, okay, yeah, I got my Oscar, so y'all do as you please with this information. Yeah. Um, it's reminding me of somebody. I can't think of it, but yeah. But hey, shout out to him being Blade. I will say this: as soon as I found out he was playing Blade, I'm like, all is forgiven. Cause like I'm like that is literally it. Cause like other than Wesley Snipes, now I can't picture nobody else playing Blade. That's how it was with Michael B. Jordan when all this. The first time we found out that he was a little iffy when it comes to black women, when it was like oh he about to be in Black Panther, I was just like I forgive you, but now I'm just like okay, back to square one. We ain't gonna talk about him today because I used to love him. Love Michael B. Jordan, and contrary to what other people say on Twitter, I think he can act. Do I think he can play the bad guy? Not necessarily. I think he needs some practice, but I mean, this dude been in the industry for most of his life. Like even before The Wire, he was doing stuff. So he doesn't talk like he used to. Yeah, yeah. Some people just gotta shut up. Like who else did fumble the bag because they talk too much? That daggone Cynthia. Bruh. Cynthia, whatever her last name is, that's playing her to me. Do you know when The Color Purple was winning all them Tonys and I heard her singing, I was prepared to stand. Like I followed her on everything and I listened to every recording of her and I was just like, oh my God, this is it. I love her. Sis does not, and she's a Capricorn too, which is okay. Like I can see how her being a Capricorn sometimes she doesn't know how to be quiet. Cause I can do that sometimes, but that's when I'm excited about something. When I'm excited or I can't wait to tell somebody, or sometimes when I want to gossip. But sis, like, she is that person who like somebody hits her car and no, she hits somebody else's car, she backs into it and she knows she's backing into it, so she drives forward, but then she backs into it again and she can't figure out why the car behind her not moving. Like that's what she gives me. And it's like, girl, we could have gone the rest of our lives without knowing that you hate us. That you can't stand us. Woof. Now that poor Harriet tell me we about to be like, Cause I still was gonna see it despite that. Well, then when I was like, okay, so yeah. When Janelle Monáe posted what she posted on Twitter, I was so happy. Yeah, like I was so happy that Janelle apologized. It was like, okay, you know what? I didn't mean it like this, or I'm sorry, I offended you. I know, but still, let me further talk about the point that I wanted to make. And Cynthia was still just like, I still don't understand what the problem was. Like, sis, like somebody on Twitter said, you don't even go here. Like, like what? Like, Nobody asked you anything, Cynthia Doll from Rugrats. Like that's how you ruin a movie. That is how you ruin a movie. I think what some of these filmmakers should do, some of these producers should do, should take these people's phones away, like how Marvel does, Marvel Studios. Like you cannot. Not only they gotta take it a step further, so it's like not only can you not talk about this movie, but you can't talk at all. Like that's what some of them need to do, especially with projects as sensitive as that. A movie about Harriet Tubman, and then there's a woman and Poe Cassie Lemons, because then you got people that's just like, oh, why would she cast her? I'm like, she probably ain't know. Cassie Lemons is in her 40s, and probably her early 50s now. If she's anything like the women I know that's in their late 40s, early 50s, she ain't on the Twitter or the Facebook. She she don't know what that girl be talking about. And even if she got a Twitter, it's probably somebody else tweeting for her or looking at stuff for her. So I don't like how people are just like, why would she cast her in the movie? I'm like, she probably ain't know. Shoot, my mama, she got Twitter and she still don't be knowing half the stuff that be going on Twitter. The dark skinned Alex Ship. Oh my god. Perfect. Right, like even with it was something that I didn't know about. Algie Smith. You know that's my baby. And then apparently he must have tweeted something about black women like a while ago. And it's just like, and people get mad like, well, y'all know he don't like black women. Da, da, da. I'm just like, how am I supposed to know that? Like I can't. And then the thing is, even when I try to search for his tweets, okay, so apparently when he was a teenager, I still couldn't find the tweet. I can't even find screenshots of it. But I think it was when the movie came out. I mean, and then let's be honest, you can tell. You can tell, like, I mean, he's just one of those. I'm not gonna get into it. But apparently, when he was like 16, he did one of those, oh, white women getting thick type tweets. So, yeah. So, like, you can chalk it up to, oh, he was just young and foolish and young and ignorant. But we already know that's usually the precursor to oh, I'm definitely gonna be dating a mixed Latina, white Latina. Let me shut up. Yeah, that's the thing. Like people be having receipts, but when it came to him, because I remember the stuff that came out about Woody McClain, but nobody had any screenshots or any information about what Algie tweeted. And then I saw people describe it, and like people were saying, okay, well he was like a teenager when he tweeted that, and I think somebody did. I think I read it out on Twitter where somebody was just like, oh, he was like white girls getting thick or something like that. So, but I'm just like don't be yelling at me like, oh, he don't like black women. And I'm just like, but I don't know, like I don't follow these. Like I just got here. Like, ugh, it's getting dark. And I got these blinds wide open like a suburban. But yeah, I was looking forward to that Harriet Tubman movie though. Um, so about Spider-Man, yeah, you gotta know like know everything, cause it's like, I mean, you just can't know everything. Even with all the technology we got, you still can't know everything unless you are actively looking for something. You are not gonna know everything. Yes, like I that's careless. That was careless to me. Cause like if you already know these people don't care about the public, that was you can't make no mistake that they don't care about the public. For you to be so obsessed with having money and capital that you would let go of Spider-Man. Spider-Man, not Hawkeye, like we want y'all to get rid of. Not even, okay, I love Groot, but not Groot. You know, not like, oh, we had a Groot movie coming out, but we about to take him out. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. the one of the oldest characters, not only in Marvel, but in comic book history, and portrayed in a way that arguably is true to, because what does somebody say, or what have I seen people say? Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, and Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man, something like that. To have, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can love money that much. That's why I don't want to be famous no more. That's why I barely want to be rich. Because I can't imagine what happens to a person. Other than him being obsessed with Tony, even though this iteration of Spider-Man is the most balanced. Yeah. And it's like, and what I like about the Marvel universe, granted I still haven't seen every movie, but from what I've seen, I think just that collection of all of these characters, all of these movies, it is what makes you, now at this point I feel like you can't have one without the other. You can't just take Spider-Man out. I mean, I guess now we can take Iron Man out because Iron Man took himself out, but but like, right, you still, so you could, let's put it like this, you couldn't take Iron Man out in 2012. Like, you couldn't do it. You couldn't take Captain America out in 2013. So to just be, okay, so now what we gonna do with Spider-Man? What are we gonna do without Spider-Man? So is he just gonna die too? Like, we just gonna pretend like he didn't happen? Like Carl from Good Times, Florida Second. They lay down too much ground. Yes, in fact, like, not even just Spider-Man movies, in the Avengers movies, like the face that MCU. Yeah, like Spider-Man is literally the introduction of, like, this last movie of a life without Iron Man and Captain America. That was like the bridge to that. So it's like, what are y'all gonna do without that? Spider-Man and Captain Marvel are the ones. Well, Captain Marvel and Black Panther are the ones. Yeah. Like, I don't, I really can't imagine how somebody, that's, like this, I'm getting upset all over again. Yeah, they're gonna have to, and I know them writers are probably pissed because y'all done made, not only has this made their work harder, but it's like actually physically harder, but now they have to, like, they also have to cope with this, especially the people that wrote Spider-Man. Like, they gotta not only figure this out and weave this together, but they gotta, like, pull themselves out of the shock of this so they can jump back into that machine. And then everyone found out, right? So what they probably gonna end up doing, and unfortunately, I want to be wrong, but what's probably going to happen is this is probably going to be, if they don't get Spider-Man back like ASAP, like immediately, if they release more than 1 or 2 movies without Spider-Man, this is probably going to be the decline of the MCU. There's more money being made. Right. This is going to, like, as much as I love Black Panther, Captain Marvel, it's going to, I'll give them 1 or 2 more movies, but this is going to be the decline. And then it can't be a thing where 5 years pass and then they finally get Spider-Man back and it's like, oh, we have Spider-Man back. After that, nobody's gonna care. People gonna have moved on. Yes. And then y'all gonna like what they should do, whoever gets Spider-Man, cause it's going back to Sony, right? Whoever does it should just get Tom Holland back. Hopefully they decide to do that. It ain't gonna be the same, but and what would be even funnier is if nah, it won't be. I was gonna say if it gets okay, still contractions, but okay, that's good. That's good. Cause I was gonna say it would be funny if the movies are better with Sony. Definitely his contract. Okay. Cause I thought, cause I remember there was at least okay, yeah, I do remember reading that, but I didn't think it was. I thought once it was gone, then his contract was gone, pretty much. That's good, but still, cause I mean that's Spider Man. it ain't it ain't somebody random. It ain't even Vision. It's Spider Man. And did they say they wanted more of a cut from? Yeah, all this money stuff. Like it's like Disney. Now I ain't gonna talk about Disney too much because I would like to work with them, but it's like Disney. Y'all have literally been around it's been 90 years. Y'all are 90 years old. Y'all have money as old as America. What possible reason, like what how are you so greedy that cuz it ain't like you Lionsgate and you just came out like 10, 20, 15 years ago. You are Disney. You're Disney, you're old as hell, your money is old as hell. You have ABC, Marvel, the merchandise that comes with it. You have all like Disney ain't even Disney no more. Disney is Disney and everything else. Mickey Mouse merchandise is still selling like it just came out 5 years ago. And y'all want more money that bad that you would be willing to let go of, not even let go, but Spider-Man is that disposable to y'all. Right. They could have, Disney could buy America if they wanted to. But I don't want it. That's not the life I want. I don't want to be rich. Because if that's what being rich is about, I take it back. I don't want to be famous. Because right, mind you, I am ready for Disney Plus. It'll be so funny if they saw this and did when I try to make an account. They're like, "Oh, we heard you talk about us, bitch." I want Disney Plus. Let me go close my curtains up real quick because it's bothering me. You see me keep looking at them. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited for Disney Plus, and I am excited about BET Plus. Cause at first I was just like, at first the only thing I wanted to see from BET Plus was the Bobby Brown story, because I still haven't watched it yet. But like I saw like a little clip of it for a survey I did, and it looked pretty good. It looked promising. Cause I know they're gonna have Boomerang. They're gonna have stuff that's on Bounce TV, to be honest. But then, and that's another thing. I really wish, cause something that I didn't know about before. I did not know that BET used to show like classic black movies, but classic black short musical shorts. And I'm just like, they should definitely bring. I didn't see that anywhere, so I'm like, that should be something that they bring back, because I think people would be interested. I know I would be interested in it. I'm looking at the website now. Coming fall 2019. Yeah, basketball wise, stuff about Obama, you already know. Girlfriends, Baldwin Hills, Black Hell Date. Oh, I'm in here. I'm in here. I didn't even know about Hell Date. Like the actual BET Awards, Tyler Perry stuff. Yeah, this I don't think this website is showing everything that they're gonna have. Yes, Hell Date is on here. I forgot all about that show too. You know what somebody needs to get? Even though Hulu has Flavor of Love, BET should definitely get on it. What somebody needs to do, somebody needs to get the Vibe Awards. And you know what? I don't see 106 and Park on here. They gotta have that. Like I want to see old episodes of 106 and Park. I don't see College Hill on here though. Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Um, Disney Plus, BET Plus, everybody doing Plus. And it was something else I wanted to look into too. I don't know. I might be thinking about one of them. But yeah, what time is it? Okay, been on here for quite a bit. Oh, not even long as I thought it was. Only been on here for like an hour and a half. And then that episode was short too. I gotta make sure I edit that down because I know I was talking into my my microphone for like 30 more minutes. Well, yeah, let me see. I think I'm gonna head on off. I'm gonna edit this. Oh, somebody text me with some gossip. I gotta log off of that. Thank you. Like I'm just like, and you know what's funny? When I started doing this, I didn't feel anxious. I didn't feel nervous about doing it. So I was happy to do this. I might try to stream it live on or put it live on Instagram, but I don't know. That's probably gonna be too much. I'm already a little overwhelmed, but yeah, yeah. I plan on doing it every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Um, depending on, we'll talk about this later because this is a little private. But depending on how as the weeks go by and how my schedule changes up, then the goal is to do it every Wednesday, 7 p.m. in Twitch. And then the episodes, I think the longest podcast episode I've done was about 20 minutes. And then I've done one that was probably about as short as 6 minutes, I think. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming in and tuning in and checking things out. So I'm gonna post some pictures on Instagram of my own, me and my wig and my hair and all that stuff. And I'm glad it sat down. It did stay down, I think. So yeah, I'll catch you on probably on Twitch. I'm about to sign out of this one and then see who's on the gaming account. So yeah, so I'll see you on Twitter.